Hello.
Hello. All right, so we're doing Saving Beck by Courtney Cole. And
So not a typical romance love story. This is above. This is different. This is
it's a different
ugly
kind
cry.
of I think it's just
It's a different kind of love.
different kind of love.
This
Definitely different kind of love.
Somber, serious. It's a love between a mother and a son.
Yeah, and it's written because of the relationship Courtney has with this disease, and with which I know Teresa didn't really even know ahead of time. Because if you don't look, you kind of, when you get the book, and especially if you get it as an arc or whatever, you go in, it kind of passes by the beginning, and you kind of go right into the meat of the book in chapter 1. So you miss the first part. So you're not seeing that it really is about, it's kind of around a true story. And you don't get that it's about Courtney's, or around the premise of Courtney's own son, who has struggled with heroin addiction in his past and is in recovery, and he has been in recovery for, I believe, almost 2 years.
It's a basic story about how it can happen to anybody. How addiction and heroin addiction isn't for a certain class or group or race or anything. It can happen to anybody in any, like, a good kid, like not even just, bad seeds, but a totally good kid in a good home with good parents.
Yeah.
And life happens, and things happen, and choices are made, and addiction can grab you, and you don't even know that it's a worry out there.
Yeah.
And that's what happened in this book,
Yeah. It's it was a book I read right before Book Bonanza.
Yeah, right before.
Yeah, right before Book Bonanza.
And you were telling everybody to read it.
And I told everybody at Book Bonanza to read it. It was a book
it's
you
impactful.
Finished, and you finish that book and you kind of are stunned.
You take a deep breath. That's what I did. I finished the book and I'm like, you gotta take a breath, and you gotta hold it, and then you gotta shake it off.
Yeah, and it's hard to shake off.
It is. I'm still thinking about it.
Yeah.
I was talking to Kat about this book, and I was like, when you get to the end, I was expecting things to go a little bit different in terms of what had happened in the book. And at the end, there's I don't know, I want to call it a twist per se, but there's something that changes what you thought you had read before.
Yeah.
And so I told Kat, I was like, I go back and I still think of conversations that were had from this new perspective. And if I had time, dear God, I would love to go back and read it again, knowing what I know now about the end.
Yeah.
Because it totally changes your perspective, like, whoa. And just how crazy heroin is and what it does to you and how it just messes with your mind, and you slide into other things, into meth. And
well, yeah, because it's so crazy because people don't understand the epidemic is so strong and how crazy it is and
where it will take you.
It takes one pain pill. It takes one pain pill.
A little bit of weed in the beginning to help you out, and then here, try this. This will really get your worries away.
This took him from smoking a joint with a friend to my mom's
some
taking
Oxy or something.
No, Xanax. My mom's taking Xanax, and it seems to be really wasn't working for his mom really, but she's taking them and she seems to be okay with her. So I'm gonna take them and see if it chills me the hell out. And it went downhill.
In this book, Beck he was too young to have the amount of weight on his shoulders that he had, and it wasn't his mom's fault per se. I mean, it is and it isn't. It's just
because really she was in a position that she
was in a depression,
and she had all rights to be in a depression.
Yeah,
but
she had kids to take care of.
Yeah, but she had no outlet for her depression. Like there was she had nowhere to put it.
And there's no one to come in and save the day other than her oldest son, Beck.
Exactly.
Who was a child. I mean, he was a teenager, but he's still a child.
Exactly. And
so there's a lot of responsibility for
him. And there was a lot of guilt also because you just have to read the book.
Read the book.
Yeah.
Read the book.
I don't want to give anything away, and I know Terri doesn't want to give anything away. I tell people that when I have read it and I cried. Teresa is not as weepy as I am.
I used to be.
Yeah.
3 kids have me like, cut it.
Yeah. I cry at the drop of a hat. But this, to me, is a different kind of cry because it's just one of those things. I have addiction in my family, so these kind of things just, like, hit me to a core. I see things, and I'm like, holy crap, I get it. I get it on a whole different level. So I see things, and I intuitively, it speaks to me because I can see the addiction for what it is. And I can see how, I know how it can hit a family that you think it's not going to hit.
Yeah, not me.
Yeah.
I guess you don't know.
I mean, I have friends that are a physical therapist who made $200,000 a year, and her kid was robbing her blind. Yeah. Like, actually sent somebody to her house to do a home invasion so he can score heroin. Yeah.
This is a deep breath book. That's the best way I can describe it. It's a book that several times throughout the read, and at the end, you are stopping to take a deep breath. You're like,
you have to walk away. You
do. There is a small love story in there. A couple of them, I think.
Yeah.
Ish.
It's find them. Yeah, you gotta kind of dig.
You gotta get past everything else, but they're there.
They're in there. It's just.
But this is
it's
truly
deep.
It's a love between a mother and her son.
That's the main.
And the love of a family, a son for his mother and his siblings, the love of a son for his father.
And I think being able to forgive yourself.
Yeah,
that's huge.
Really big. Really, really big.
And that's for Beck, and that's for
Elaine, the mom.
Is it
Ellen?
Elaine? No, her name is not that. I think it's Natalie. Hold, please.
She knows.
Natalie.
Why did I think Elaine? I saw that somewhere. I think was that the girlfriend? I don't know. Don't listen to me. But anyway.
This should just tell you how long it's been.
It's been a while. It has been a while. I mean, how long was Book Bonanza? And she read it before then.
Yeah.
So, but read the book. Again, this isn't going to be your typical, it's not going to be a rom-com. It's not going to be it's not a coming of age. There's not a lot of hot sex. None of that's really happening.
No, but you come away with a deeper understanding of relationships. You'll come away with a deeper understanding of where we are in the world. Because let me tell you, there's even some stuff that I felt like I was like, oh, I know some stuff. And then I'm reading this and I'm like, I didn't know that. Like, I didn't know that. I'm going to have to watch my kids.
Yeah.
I have teenagers, so I'm like, I need to, like, extra precautions. I mean, because you just never know. Sorry, guys. You just never know what is happening, what may be going on, what kids are going through. This is a 17-year-old kid. Yeah. Really. Well, at this time, he was 18.
At the end? But not at the beginning. In the beginning,
yeah, when it all started, he was 17.
Yeah.
But when all was said and done, actually, he was like 19.
Some time had gone by.
Yeah.
So, get it, read it, and then have something gummy and sugary sweet to wrap it up with afterwards.
Know how you experienced it, because I would love to hear other people's thoughts on it. I really would, because I want to know if people felt the same way I did.
How came away,
came away like coming up for deep breath after you like went from a long swim and came over like that. That's how I felt. Like if
but I'm warning you now. Have a sugary book afterwards. Have something really good and fun and poppy and rom-com, because you're gonna need something. Yeah. The hangover from this is different.
Yeah. Yeah, I was really glad we had like two
rom-coms right after that.
rom-coms right after. And that was just, it wasn't by choice, it just happened.
But it was perfect.
Thank goodness it worked out perfect. If we had like a dark,
twisty
romance afterwards, I would have probably like, okay,
this is your turn.
We're done. I'm like, we're done, I can't do this anymore. Yeah. Yeah, so it was a great book, but just know that, you're not gonna, it's no sexy time.
No, not really.
But it's deep. It's very deep. You'll feel all kinds of feelings. Yeah. Just no sexual healing.
All right.
All right. Thanks, guys.
Bye.